Oh gosh. Okay, wait, hang on. I'm recording because this just sort of started when I started the game. I'm writing this in case I get caught. I need someone to continue the investigation if the worst happens to me. The last months have been very tense in this monastery. Every few weeks, a monk is found in the morning, shredded to pieces and splattered in blood. Even if the abbots say they already sent a letter asking for help, it shouldn't take this long for help to come. It's clear they're hiding something from us. So this is 1854. So I've decided to take action. Whatever is doing this must be inside the monastery. One night, I eavesdropped on the abbots, and I heard about some creature called Meta. I headed to our library in order to find out more about it, but came empty-handed. Weeks of research led to nothing at all. Now, there is only one place left to check, the restricted section of the library. No one aside from the abbots can go there, and whoever tries to enter and gets caught is sentenced to death. I beg your pardon? I know I'm putting my life on the line, but I can't stand knowing I might be the next victim, and that the abbots are doing nothing about it. So, on this night blessed by the full moon, I'm heading there. I'm going to search books about the Meta in the restricted section. That's a signature that looks possibly unhinged. Am I the Meta? Anyways, yes, hi, Darkovika here. Welcome back to a video on my channel. This is called Restricted Section. I downloaded it off of itch.io, and yeah, it just sort of started. I clicked install, and it just booted up, and it just got started. So apparently this is based heavily off of the Restricted Section in Harry Potter. I kind of got that from the name Restricted Section, but I'm excited. Oh, okay, I hit enter. Oh, I've got some Silent Hill feels from this. I read in one of the comments that it doesn't appear to be cheap jump scares, and while I am fine with cheap jump scares, I also am intrigued. I managed to get in unnoticed. I need to find books with information about Meta. Oh, okay. Oh. This is what I look like. Oh, wait, hang on. So, it's a decorative world globe. Quite heavy and expensive. I see. Can I run? No, I don't think I can. Well, this is adorable. So this was made in Unity, but it's very stylized, and I actually I like it a lot. I feel like when you go stylized like this, you can kind of get away with a little bit more reusage of assets. There are some notes about the monastery finances. I'll leave them there. Sentenced to death, huh? Oh, hello. Supernatural Creatures by Eddie Gao. Read? Sure. The existence of supernatural creatures that roam our world is widely known through the spread of folklore stories. For many, those are simply made to scare other people. However, in order to understand the supernatural, it's necessary to broaden your knowledge seeking stories from faraway lands. One example comes from South America. People there talk of a creature called Meta. Well, I just found that right away, didn't I? Which shares a similarity with werewolves. They only appear during a full moon. Oh gee, that's when I came here. Oh good. People say it always seeks blood and warmth during the night, which makes unaware travelers with their lit bonfires an easy prey. Oh, well, that's good. I think we found what we're looking for, my guy. Oh, Supernatural Creatures by Eddie Gao. Go? I bet it's go. I will read that. The existence... Oh, this was what I just read. Haha, just kidding. Alright, so... Good signs. Is there anything more to the side over here? Because while that area up ahead is very intriguing, I also feel like I'm going to find exactly what I need to find over there. The restricted section is quite messy and disorganized. I wonder if something happened here. Gee, I sure do wonder. Is this an important book? There's nothing that really tells you what's important. Can I? Okay. I'm just sort of spamming the button just in case. This bookcase is filled with unique copies of common books. I've read most of them. I won't find anything useful here. I am standing, by the way, so this is quite new for me. I don't know how this is going to go. It's just a bunch of dictionaries. I'm well versed in Latin already. Well, seeing as how we didn't come here for books on Latin. It's just a bunch of dictionaries. Okay. 'Tis fine. What's over here? I'm like, ooh, the blue section, the blue bit looks cool, but also like I'm supposed to go there. Should we put out the fire? I feel like we should put out the fire. The fireplace is still lit. Someone must have been here recently. I better be careful. Good. There are books about exorcisation and dark rituals. I'm starting to understand why this area is restricted. And we're just over here. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. Aha! Health report by Dr. Johnson. Read? Yes, I will. The patient seems to have gotten worse as the full moon approaches. I've never seen such a high fever before. I've done everything I can so far, but there's no signs of improvement on his health. I fear that all that is left for us is to pray that he recovers, though this seems unlikely. I fear worse may come to worse when the full moon is upon us. It would appear that you were correct, sir. South American mosquitoes. Okay. South America is home to breathtaking landscapes, but it can be quite dangerous. In fact, one of the greatest dangers is quite small, namely mosquitoes. I believe it. There is a plethora of mosquito species there, and some are known to transmit diseases that may take some weeks to manifest, with the most common symptom being high fever. Some regions even say you may turn into an undead creature called Meta if you die because of the high fever caused by the mosquito bite. If you come back from your travels and fall ill out of the blue, you may know the reason, but don't worry, you won't turn into an undead creature. I beg to differ, my good man. It would appear that someone is in fact turning into this Meta. So, you know. Just thought I'd let you know. Alright. So far, so good, I suppose. Expurgations. Expurgations, Volume 10 by Alias Longinus. These are quite the names. In this volume, we will take a look at some demons specific to some regions of... Alright, we'll just sort of get into that, won't we? Central America and South America. Little information has been gathered about them as of the writing of this book, but I aim to give at least a brief description about them. The first one is called Meta. Well, ain't that handy? It's believed that a buried person can become a Meta after some time. The causes for such an event are still uncertain, but one way to prevent it is to cremate the body instead of burying it. It's well known that it seeks warmth when roaming at night. That can explain why it showers itself in fresh human blood and seeks bonfires. I love watching the full moon. Unfortunately, I must focus on the task at hand. Am I the Meta? I bet I'm the Meta. It's a decorative world glove. Quite expensive. So what are we doing with it? Because, you know, I'm just saying. Monastery Expansion by Abbot Marcellus. Marcellus? After many years of conversations and plans made by our brothers, we're finally going to initiate the attempt to bring our teaching to new lands. The first place where we're going to visit is South America. Oh, darn! Isn't that just unlucky? Where people seem most likely to listen to our teachings in a first moment. Interesting phrasing. Abbot Cicero. Cicero?! I'm sorry, I hear Cicero and I just think of Skyrim, is going to represent us, traveling with a few other authorities also interested in expanding the reach of our monastery beyond our country. No one else must know about this at the moment, so we'll keep silent about the real motives of his travels. Why? Why would that be something that you would need to keep secret? Imagine that expanding for, you know, the teaching of Jesus would be something to celebrate. This bookcase has a lot of books on spiritual matters. I'd love to read them, but now is just simply not the time. All right. What's over here? Oh, I think I know where I am. All right. So far, so good. It would appear that we have discovered quite a bit, but have I discovered everything? I can't. Wait, hang on. I need to find out more about the Meta. I think we figured out quite a lot, my friend. Alright, nothing there. I do wish there was a little bit of a sign about what you're supposed to be able to find. I mean, okay, that book is really big, and I know that we found a book there, so maybe I'm just a blind old bat on things that I need to pick up. Like, this could be... There's nothing over there. Oh, wait, what? A letter with a list of medicines and ingredients, though I've never heard about armadillo milk being used as a medicine. Supernatural creatures. Didn't we read this one? By Eddie Gao, right? Yes, we did, because the last line is bonfires and easy prey. No, we read that. Alright, let's go. Oh, hello. What's over here? I do believe this is stuff that I haven't. Monthly Obituary by Abbot Augustus. Brother Frilo, old age. Abbot Cicero, high fever. It's probably Cicero. February, Brother Caesar, heart stroke. Brother Angelo, shredded to pieces, investigation in process. March, Brother Wilson, shredded to pieces, investigation in process. Brother George, fall accident. April, Brother Arley, shredded to pieces, investigation. Okay, I'm pretty sure we can claim that it was Cicero. He's the only one. He died of a high fever. I think it's safe to say that it's Cicero. There are books about exorcisation and dark rituals. I'm beginning to see why this place is restricted. I am also beginning to understand, my friend. Did I come over here? Is this a different area? Where am I? Travel Journal by Abbot Cicero. Oh, hello. My travels through South America are being quite fruitful, even though it's very hot, and there seems to be more mosquitoes than people around these parts. Well, there's that answered. I've almost become used to being bitten by them already. The vistas make up for those minor inconveniences, however. The local people seem to be open to our teachings, as Abbot Marcellus imagined they would. I'm still looking for the ideal place for the new monastery. It's quite hard to choose, since there are so many difficult to reach, but wonderful locations around here. I think I read that a little odd, but we all can pretty much figure out what I meant to say. Creatura Encyclopedia by Maud Hazen. Vampire, an undead creature with pale skin that feeds on the blood of other people. It can transform into a bat. Ghoul, a spirit that lives on cemeteries and digs graves in order to eat corpses, though it also attacks the living. Werewolf, a creature that resembles an humanoid with wolf-like creatures. What? Wolf-like features, jeez. Its howl can be heard from various kilometers of distance. Maytaw, a demon with bright red eyes. If someone dies of a high fever during a full moon, they may become a Maytaw a few days after their burial. Well, that sort of just explains that, doesn't it? Nothing over here? Alright. Well, I do believe that we have found enough to say, without a doubt. Oh, where am I? Okay. This is a different bookcase. Oh, hello. My Travels in the Americas by Paula Sosa. The New World is a fascinating place due to various reasons, but none come closer to its native people and their culture. It's unfortunate that during the centuries, people have not paid attention to their ancient knowledge about medicinal plants, unique rituals, or society. However, above all the aforementioned points I just listed, the most interesting one has to be the stories about quite exotic evil creatures. During my travels through South America, the one that intrigued me the most was about the Maytaw. Well, that's just handy. An undead creature with red eyes that roams around the place it used to live, seeking some source of warmth, such as fresh blood and fire, to ease the intense cold it feels. So it looks like the thing... Oh, I think I've gathered enough information. I better go now. The exit is down the main corridor. And this is where I die. It's 100% where I die. Am I going to have to run from something? How is this going to get me? I'm going to get cut. I'm going to join the obituaries. I've learned more than enough. I need to get out of here. Ah, yeah. There it is. I think I got. Well, that was a... Oh. It just sort of closed. So, hello. Welcome to my desktop. And freaking this, which keeps yelling at me. Yeah, well, there we go. There was the restriction section. That was a really cool game. It was really interesting. It was very atmospheric. It wasn't quite atmospheric enough. If I had to give some critique on it, there just kind of really wasn't enough to feel like a game. I guess it was sort of just a walking simulator. There was no stakes. There were no puzzles. There was nothing to really solve. And also the character walked really slow. So if it's a walking simulator, it's a very slow walking simulator. I think if I had to critique it, I guess I would have liked, it doesn't necessarily have to be a monster that chases you, right? Because obviously that's a bit overdone. But if you have just puzzles that you need to solve, even simple puzzles like pushing objects to get to something, a maze, it could be that the restricted section is larger and you have different areas. I did like all of the lore, but maybe if the lore had something to do with the puzzles, so, kind of Resident Evil style even. I feel like a Resident Evil style series of puzzles could have fit really well for this type of game. The kind of thing where you have like bizarre keys that unlock hidden rooms. It's the restricted section. And for some reason, if you go there, you're put to death. So it would have been interesting to find even things that would explain why the restricted section is restricted so much that it would be dangerous. I never really felt scared in it, and it didn't really necessarily feel so much like a horror game. So it's kind of hard to say. It was just a sort of like interactive fiction, which is not a bad thing. Interactive fiction is really cool, but there was still not necessarily enough. Like it's got potential. It has the feeling of a world that you're learning about, right? Like you have this thing that you're piecing together. Also maybe a counter or something to tell you how many items out of how many that you found, because it was I got a little dicey there. If I hadn't realized that maybe I needed to check all of the bookshelves, I probably would have been wandering for quite some time. But yeah, no, I think that was really cool. And it has a lot of potential. It was a great feel. It had a very good start to a good atmosphere. And I like the stylized feel of it too. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Halloween.